Live from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School, it's Varsity Girls Lacrosse on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, it's the quarterfinals of the CIC Class L state tournament between the top-seeded Darien Blue Wave and the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us on this DAF media broadcast of Varsity Girls Lacrosse. It's postseason tournament time, and joining me on today's broadcast is Katie Cronin, the former high school All-American here at Darien, and Guy Wazinski. It's great to have both of you with us, and Katie, who just completed her freshman season down at Duke. We'll get into that throughout the broadcast, but go back to your high school days. There's nothing more special than playoff lacrosse.
Yeah, I think playoff lacrosse at Darien is super special because that's our time to shine. We've been super consistent over the past 8 years of making it to so many championships and really, winning all of them.
Well, Katie Cronin, an All-American her senior year in high school here at Darien. Of course, went on and played at Choate Rosemary Hall and just completed her freshman season at Duke. She won 4 state championships here at Darien, 4 FCAC championships. Pretty good era, Guy Wazinski.
I would say so, Katie, and it's really good to see you. Welcome back, and hopefully Durham was good for you down at Duke this year.
Yes, it definitely was.
That's great. We obviously love having alumni come back. You've been here, you've been on the field, you played for Lisa, and or as the coaches down there, and I know call her Grizz from her old days.
Yeah.
when Kirsten, your coach at Duke, and Lisa played on the national team together.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they did, and Kirsten speaks so highly of Lisa. She always talks about she has a great program here, brings up great players. So, yeah.
And we are underway here from Stadium Field, live on the DAF Media Network. Thanks so much for joining us as Fairfield Ludlowe wins control of the draw, and they go to work on offense here. Melissa Boucher in the corner, and a takeaway by the Blue Wave. Ball is on the ground. Who wants it? Falcons pick it up.
Now, this is interesting. As we look out there, Katie, you'll see, I can't sure what her number 16 for the Falcons. She's wearing a helmet, which, here's the big question. Are we going to see it more and more in college lacrosse? And what's the talk, high school and college?
So there's actually an ongoing debate about this because the helmet is obviously a great thing for girls who have either had concussions or are looking to prevent them because they provide more protection than the goggles. However, an argument against the helmets is that it will provoke girls to swing more and check more and be more rough. So there's 2 arguments, and so far it seems that people don't want the helmets.
And a shot by Humphrey, Nicole Humphrey, the junior, sails over the crossbar as the ball stays with the Blue Wave.
Looks like Darien's going to spread out their offense and look for the midfielders to attack here.
They try to get it to Ramsey, scooped back up by Humphrey. Here's Ramsey. She fakes high, goes low, and she has herself a goal, the first goal of the game for the Blue Waves. So just minutes into this one, Darien strikes first, and the Blue Wave up 1-0. Darien coming into this game 18-2 as we take another look at the Ramsey goal. Katie Ramsey, of course, headed to USC, where she'll play college lacrosse out on the West Coast. How about that from behind the goal? And a nice fake high, go low from Katie Ramsey.
Yeah, great job by Katie. Textbook, fake high, shoot low when you're up on the crease.
Katie's had one heck of a sports season this year. If you didn't know, she was MVP of the soccer team, MVP of the basketball team, and having obviously a really strong year here in lacrosse too. She's she's just worked very, very hard, and I know the Trojans of USC are looking forward to having her.
Well, she got off to a great start with the girls' soccer season, had 5 goals in the opener against Greenwich. And there's another goal from Darien as Christine Fiore scores. So the 2 seniors strike quickly here. And, of course, Christine Fiore, we just saw Logan Book moments ago before we went on the air. Christine Fiore will be joining her down at the U.S. Naval Academy, and what a thrill that must be, heading down to play for one of the service academies.
That's a real good get the draw, go down, and basically they've been playing together since probably 4th grade, Katie and Christine, and nice little fake by Christine. Katie hit her right in the stick, bang, bang. It's nice to get on the board early.
Katie Ramsey and Ashley Moynihan of Fairfield Ludlowe in the draw control circle here. You know a little bit about draw control. You've done that a lot.
I took my fair share of draws here at Darien. Katie Ramsey definitely is very good at them. She also has the height advantage on almost everybody that she takes a draw against, which is really great to have her in there.
And
good defensive play right there.
She had 3 Ludlowe defenders collapse on her. And Fairfield Ludlowe with possession right now as they try to get it across midfield. Fairfield Ludlowe comes into this game 12-5. Had the chance to talk to head coach Amanda Mestera, who played college lacrosse herself down at out at Regis in Colorado. And she said her players just thrilled to be here. They have never been this far in recent years in the quarterfinals of the state tournament. It's a rematch of a regular season game between these two teams.
Katie Elders
as Katie Elders goes down hard.
Boy, grabbing her neck. Don't like to see that.
These two teams met on May 14th. Fairfield Ludlowe, Darien. Darien won convincingly 20-3. And when I talked to Coach Mestera, the Ludlowe head coach, in her first year, she said, you know, you just got to go into a game like this against a top-ranked team as confidently as you can. And right now, as Humphrey shot sails over the crossbar.
Like that break right there. Had a ground ball, actually from Katie Elders created that. Wazinski brought it up. 3 people, touched the ball and just missed putting it in the net.
Yeah, it looks like Darien's really looking to push the tempo, which looks really good. Taking the ball, moving it up the field very fast.
There's Humphrey.
What we find, Katie, a lot this year is we'll come out very quickly and score a lot of goals, and then what happened at Garden City, what happened at Manhasset, is they'll really pack the defense and, try to slow down our athletes. But it's a true...
And that's a goal. Sorry, Guy. That's a goal from Nicole Humphrey as she scores her second goal of the afternoon. As we take another look at the Humphrey goal. And we'll see it. We won't see it again from behind the goal, but we did see the ISO shot there. Nice job by our camera operator, Ethan Haas.
I don't think Lisa Lindley would allow this, but what I'd like to see is the Katie versus Katie sprint, by the way. Katie was the fastest girl on this team, and Katie Elders is now the fastest girl on this team. I think that would, you guys would blow away a lot of the guys on the football team in the 40. As I always say, when I see Katie and when I used to see you as well, it's, you got 2 speeds, fast and faster. Unfortunately, I'm looking at Katie Elders out in the game right now. Hopefully she took a pretty hard shot right there. She got, looked like she almost got cross-checked, lost her goggles, and trying to get a little bit of a breather here.
I stand corrected. I credited Nicole Humphrey for her second goal. It was her first goal of the game. So Humphrey, Nicole Humphrey, Christine Fiore, and Katie Ramsey all with goals for the Blue Wave.
Another nice draw control by Katie Ramsey. It looks like she's trying to push it up to her left side to herself and then look for the quick outlet pass to Emma Jakes on the circle.
Katie, so important, the draw control circle, isn't it? I mean, at the college game, at the high school game, possession is paramount.
Possession is key. Possession wins games. If you don't have the ball, you can't shoot, you can't score,
and
can't
a nice
win.
Save there by the Ludlowe goalie.
Really good pass by Nicole to Wazinski. Looked like it was going to get hit top shelf. And
Grace Flink, the Ludlowe senior captain, with a nice save. And here's Ludlowe in transition as they try to get the ball upfield. Caroline Sullivan. She pulls it out. Here's Sullivan to Olivia D'Aramo, and she scores. A nice take by Olivia.
Yeah, great hard drive to her left hand, shot back across her body. Really great shot placement.
Olivia D'Aramo with a big goal there as we take another look at the D'Aramo goal, number 15, and she beats Maggie Brooks, who was the MVP of the FCAC championship game.
Maggie came up really big. Katie, I don't know if you were there at the game or not. At the you may have not been back yet, but for the FCAC championship game against Wilton, there was about, I want to say, 3.5 minutes left to go. We were Wilton had us by 1. Maggie, they had a breakaway. Maggie made an unbelievable save, had a great clear, got it down, and it went from basically a 2-goal game for Wilton to an even game. Katie Ramsey takes wins 2 draws, and we win that game. And it was, well deserved. I would say, Damien, well deserved her getting that MVP.
Yeah, she had 8 saves in that 11-10 win over Wilton. Yeah, come from behind win for the Blue Wave as they trailed in that game with 14:37 left, and then went on to score 3 unanswered goals en route to their 7th straight FCAC championship. Hard to believe.
So it looks like Darien's playing a backer here. So they have a double team on the ball at all times, and they're looking to really stop any drives and force the offense to pass.
There's a nice play right there. There's someone I think missed a slide, number 15. I just don't have that in front of me. Really good look.
Melissa Boucher with the goal for Fairfield Ludlowe. And all of a sudden, the Falcons have pulled within a goal of Darien. Boucher is one of the senior captains on this Fairfield Ludlowe team. This is a big game for the Falcons. They are the 9 seed in the tournament as we take another look at the Boucher goal, number 8, with a nice play, nice pass.
Olivia D'Aramo, really, number 15. Found her, cutting, and buried it. So, Darien's got to come to play because every day, correct me if I'm wrong, you got that target on your back, and everybody wants to try to take out the Blue Wave.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the number is now, but Darien has gone so many years now without losing in the state of Connecticut, so every game they play, somebody's looking to knock them off.
106 straight wins against opponents from the state of Connecticut, to your point, Katie Cronin.
It's very impressive.
Certainly is. It's a little like what Northwestern did in the college women's game.
Exactly, and similar to McDonough High School in Maryland, who's been ranked number 1 now for like 10 years, and they just lost their first game in 6 years in their state championship.
So it's 3-2 here in the early going, first half of this state quarterfinal game between Darien and Fairfield Ludlowe, and the Falcons have certainly come to Stadium Field and have gotten up for this one. They get down 3 goals early, and they have scored back-to-back goals. And here's Melissa Boucher.
Good defensive stand right there by the Falcons. Darien moved it around. Looks like we're going to have a penalty and a free shot going for the Falcons.
Yeah, it looks like that's a shooting space call. Actually, no, that's just a foul. That looks like it would be a cross-check outside the fan. So she's going to have it on the hanging hash, which most players won't really look to shoot from. They'll look for a good pass across the 8.
Yep.
Boucher on the free position. She takes it behind the cage. Gets it to Taylor Horine. And Ludlowe resets here.
So here we see Darien still in their backer. It looks like number 7, Charlotte Whitstock, is the backer. So she's the one that is following the ball everywhere it goes and looking to double team.
And another shot by Fairfield Ludlowe, and it rolls out of bounds.
Off the top of the crossbar right there.
and it'll be Darien ball. So here come the Blue Wave. Here's Fiore across midfield.
Really nice ball movement right there from Darien. We're I think that's something Lisa's been preaching is the ball's going to move faster than your legs, right, Katie? It's no matter how fast you are, if you can move that up the field and you've got the athletes trying to run that fast break offense.
We've got a yellow card on Fairfield Ludlowe.
So Darien's going to be a man up here for 2 minutes.
And they turn it over, and Ludlowe comes away with it.
Costly turnover there. You never want to turn the ball over when you're man up.
And we're lucky right there to get the ball back. You're right. That was those passes need to be a little more crisp inside.
So some sloppy play here from both teams on what is really kind of a dreary afternoon here in Darien, Connecticut. We are live on the DAF Media Network, Stadium Field, pass in front here. And another nice save by Grace Flink, the Ludlowe captain.
So you may have seen that the referee was holding up the yellow flag there, and that's signaling that there is a foul on the play. However, they do let the play finish out. So because Emma Jakes decided to shoot the ball, the flag is negated.
So if that was shooting space, will Emma actually go back and have a shot?
If it is shooting space, but that was more of a check towards the head or on the body.
Okay, that ball's out of bounds. Good ride right there by Darien, playing good D.
So Ludlowe unable to clear. It'll be Darien ball near midfield. Blue Wave up 3-2. They scored the first 3 goals of the game, in case you're just joining us, and Fairfield Ludlowe bounced back with 2 unanswered goals.
So they'll run from behind. Wazinski will be looking for a cutter. Moves it up top to Katie Ramsey, who's always a nice target at 6'1".
Shea Vandenbroek. And Vandenbroek comes away with it.
Good play by Shea. Like a good pass, just couldn't convert right there.
Here's Wazinski behind the net. Looking for a cutter. And that's a goal.
Nice job by Charlotte.
So Charlotte Whitstock, the junior, scores. And Darien goes back up 2 goals as we take another look at the Whitstock goal. Nice job there by our DAF Media production crew. Here's another look at the Whitstock goal. Finds the back of the net, and Darien finds itself with a 4-2 lead, 14:47 remaining in the first half. Want to give a quick shout out to our entire DAF Media production crew. Camera 1, Peter Fox. Camera 2, Ethan Haas. Our director is Brendan Ross, and our instant replay is Peter McLean.
So what do you think of this DAF media in being able to watch games and follow your high school team and what's going on here with our good friend Damian Andrews?
It's really cool. This is very comparable to what they would do in a college game. I mean, the fact that you guys have instant replay, multiple cameras, it's so awesome. And it's really great for everybody's family and people who can't make it to the games, they can still tune in and watch.
And that's what we're finding, Damian. And am I correct when I say that?
Yeah, it's been a great first year of DAF Media. Looking forward to many years to come. And we have done close to 115 live streams this year. The ball is on the ground on the far side of the field. Fairfield Ludlowe in the royal blue uniforms. Darien in the home whites. We've got a timeout from Fairfield Ludlowe. We will take a timeout and we'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network, and there is a shot of Katie Cronin playing for the Duke Blue Devils this past season.
That's a shot
of
intent. That's an intensity
You're
shot
intense
right there.
The blue mouth guard.
Yes, blue
You're ready
and
for
white
action.
everything.
Yeah, you didn't have to change colors going
really
from
didn't.
Darien to Duke, and here's the a shot from your playing days here at Darien. Another great shot there, number 11, the midfielder.
The before and afterwards.
Yep.
Yes,
and
exactly.
then Katie Cronin didn't just play lacrosse at Darien, she also played soccer and had a pretty good soccer career here for the Blue Wave. And we are back now live here at Stadium Field, but I warned you those pictures were coming before we went on the air, and there they were. But how was it, your first year at Duke, Division I college women's lacrosse? I mean, that had to be special. You had 6 goals, I believe.
Yeah, something around there.
6 goals, 1 assist, if my homework serves me correctly.
Yeah, it was great. Division I, it's so awesome. It's so intense. My team was great. So fun to keep my career going and play for another school and just like grow as a player and like be on a team that is so successful and stuff. So.
Yeah, 16 games played, 6 goals, 1 assist. Do you remember every one of those 6 goals?
I do. I think so.
and that's a big deal, Damien, to get that kind of time
Absolutely.
as a freshman.
Absolutely.
Kate, that's I know they were looking forward to having you come, and obviously contributing as a freshman. That's a big deal at Duke.
Thank you.
Damian Andrew, Katie Cronin, Guy Wazinski joining you on the DAF Media Network. We are live here. Quarterfinals of the CIAC Class L state tournament between Darien and Fairfield Ludlowe. The Ludlowe Falcons, the 9 seed, coached by Amanda Mastera. And, of course, the Blue Wave, the number 1 seed in Class L. Their head coach is one of the all-time greats, Lisa Lindley, who has just built a dynasty here in Darien.
So we're going to see the ball go back here because there's a check towards the head. In girls lacrosse, you cannot check towards somebody's head. You must check away from their body.
So here's Ludlowe in the blue uniforms.
Successful clear here for Ludlowe. It looks like they're going to try to slow it down. Maybe they drew up something up in their timeout.
It looks a little bit to me like Ludlowe again.
And that's a goal for Fairfield Ludlowe. Olivia Duramo, the captain, number 15, with the goal. As we take another look at this. Comes from behind the cage.
If I remember correctly, Olivia is not going to play college lacrosse, and I think some people have started to ask why. She's had a very good senior season, got a great left-handed shot, and was played for the Grizzlies. But if I remember 2 years ago, tore her ACL and came back this year. Nice story. She's a senior captain, playing for Ludlowe, playing very well.
And you talked about that left-handed shot, Guy. She showcased it on that last goal. As it is now 4-3, Darien up 1, and Ludlowe wins the draw again. How big, as the underdog coming into this game, how big is it to hang around, chip away, ball control, maintain possession?
It's huge. If Ludlowe can keep up with Darien, especially winning the draws, winning the 50-50 balls, they'll have possession. And as I said earlier, possession's key. And if Ludlowe can also capitalize on those possessions, they could easily stay in this game with Darien. And if they stay in it, it will start to
nice. Now there's
eat
a
at
fast break goal that we're looking for. Went around.
So Whitstock, her second goal of the afternoon. Wazinski, nice look.
I think if we could see this one more time, you'll see
Vandenbroek, some nice passing. Wazinski, Vandenbroek to Whitstock. Bang, bang, bang. And Darien is up 5-3.
And that all started with Whitstock getting that ground ball. Fought for that, came upfield, kept her head up, and, within about 2 seconds, I think 3 Darien players touched that ball and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, great ball movement by Darien, and great job by Shea Vandenbroek looking up to hit the cutter coming in.
I wasn't sure if that was a TV timeout, Damien, or not there.
So it's Ramsey and Ashley Moynihan on the draw here.
I think the weather forecast changed on us here a little bit. It was supposed to be a nice day today. It's supposed to be a little muggy, but
the rain wasn't supposed to come until about 7 o'clock this evening. It's a kind of a light rain out there, very misty.
Now, Katie, there's a play right there where the Falcons actually had an advantage, and because of a stick check right there, they had to slow everything down. In college, that's a play on, isn't it?
In college, there's still a whistle, but it's a self-start. So if you maintain possession, you can just keep going.
Okay.
But they do blow the whistle in college because there is the new rule with the green cards where you have engagement fouls. If you get 3 fouls in between the 30s, it's a 1-minute penalty for man down.
Here's Moynihan. Good defense by the Blue Wave there.
Nice.
As Duramo had no open opportunity, but Ludlowe scores just as I say that, as Chloe Madzio, the sophomore, scores here. So the sophomore coming up big in a big spot. Nice look. There's Madzio. Great work by our camera 2 operator, Ethan Haas, as Madzio scores from in close.
That's your basic draw and dump there. Somebody comes around the crease, draws the first slide, but there wasn't a second slide. So that girl's open. She does a great fake and puts it away.
If you're Lisa Lindley, though, this is not the start you were looking for.
Well, I was just going to say, Guy, you brought that up. The last time these two teams met on May 14th, as I alluded to at the outset of the broadcast, Darien won big 20-3. Certainly right now, this is a big-time game, state quarterfinals. These two teams know each other, programs know each other, and it is a different Fairfield Ludlowe team coming into this state quarterfinal game against Darien.
Now there's a nice strategy right there with Nicole Humphrey taking the draw, and Katie Ramsey on the circle with her length just snatched that ball, and Darien's got it behind the net. Let's see if they can run a play right now. Looks like they're trying to set something up.
Ball's on the ground. Fiore trying to gain possession of it. She does. Gets it to Ramsey. Here's Wazinski behind the cage.
Looks like she's got some room on the inside. Feed.
The idea, she was trying to get it to Emma Jakes.
So we're going to see a check to the head there. So Ludlowe will maintain possession. If you guys notice, it seems that Ludlow's winning all of the 50-50 balls, which is, I think, what's really hurting Darien at this point.
Everything that Ludlowe has needed to do to stay in this game, be competitive, they have been able to accomplish here. You mentioned the 50-50 balls. Great point.
Now, if we're in college, Katie, now it's a 90-second rule. Correct me if I'm wrong. Once the goalie touches the ball,
yes,
you have to shoot within 90 seconds.
Yes. So within 90 seconds of gaining possession, no matter which player on the field, the ball has to be shot. So it has to hit the goalie, go in, or hit a pipe in order to not have a shot clock violation.
And I'll tell you what, I would like to see that come to this level, as soon as possible, because it just, it speeds up the game. We had a game here. I want to say it was against Manhasset. The goalie literally, we were playing great defense. The goalie from Manhasset held the ball for almost 2 minutes.
Yeah, nobody wants to be a part of a game when they're just playing stall ball, as we call it. That really slows down the game. It slows down the momentum, and it's not a part of the game. The game's supposed to be fast.
Yep. And that's why, it is the fastest growing sport in America right now, right? They
Yes.
want to see speed. They want to see the athleticism. And, to see, I remember watching Maryland a few years back win the national championship. They held the ball for the last 6 minutes of the game. It was just, it was that stall ball. And, okay.
And that's a goal for Fairfield Ludlowe, and we are tied at 5 with 9:07 remaining in the first half. as we take another look at the Fairfield Ludlowe goal.
Great split dodge by number 15, Olivia Diaramo. She went right to left, beat her defender. Great shot back across her body.
So Diaramo, who you talked about, Guy, earlier, is having herself quite a game here in the state quarterfinals, and she has pulled Fairfield Ludlowe even with the top-seeded Blue Wave. So it's 5-5 here, 9:07 remaining in the first half.
Our offense, quite frankly, in this set offense, let's just be candid, does not look like it's clicking. We've got to, they've got to be crisper with the passes, and there's Emma Jakes fighting for a ball down low.
Yeah, great hustle play by Emma Jakes. But back to your point, it looks like Darien may be trying to force some of these balls into the middle, and they need to look to either get a crisp fast break or slow it down and look for the easy look.
And Humphrey to Humphrey, and Ashley almost had herself a goal, but another nice play by Grace Flink, the Ludlowe goalie. Falcons turn it over.
Ashley to Wazinski. Let's see if she can bury it. No.
And Flink with a nice save on the Wazinski shot. Wazinski was right there on the doorstep, and you have to give credit to the senior captain, the goalie for Fairfield Ludlowe, who has made a few nice saves in this first half.
That was, that's the second nice save she's made against her, but, that's one of those things at the end of the day, Wazinski's got to close that. So we'll, hopefully she'll get another shot, and Darien's just got to, find the back of the net.
Here comes Fairfield Ludlowe now as they look to try to score and take their first lead of the game. In case you're just joining us, Darien scored the first 3 goals in this one, and they have been outscored since then 5-2 by the visiting Falcons on a dreary afternoon here at Stadium Field. State quarterfinals of the CIAC Class L tournament.
So it looks like Darien here is going to play a packed-in man-to-man. It looks like they have some matchups, and they're looking to send early slides to Ludlow's top dodgers.
Well, you can see it right now, just the body language, not only on the sideline, but out on the field. All of a sudden, Fairfield's really feeling confident. They're feeling like they can play with Darien, and that's,
So far, they are. They're really hanging with them so far.
They sure are.
And whatever the game plan was drawn up by Ludlowe head coach Amanda Mestera, it has certainly worked to this point in this game. 5-5, tie game here with under 7 minutes remaining in the first half, as Fairfield Ludlowe content to run some clock here during this offensive possession.
Now you're going to see probably Diaramo try to use her left hand, try to create here. She's dumped a couple nice passes inside. I think she's already has a hat trick and an assist here in the first half for Ludlowe.
It seems that Ludlow's in no rush to go to goal. They're going to wait for the perfect look. I think they really understand that they need to capitalize on their possessions, and they're waiting for the right look.
This is a Ludlowe team that lost in the quarterfinals of the FCAC tournament to New Canaan 12-5. Fairfield Ludlowe has some tradition and some history with its varsity girls lacrosse program. The Falcons won the 2010 Division II state championship, beating Staples in the finals 15-9.
A little ISO right there. Good double team by Darien. We've got 5:17 left here in the first half.
And the umbrellas are out here on a dreary day in Darien.
Let's hope the sun comes out for the team in white here pretty soon, and I think it will. I think they'll wake up, and but they've got playing some good competitive. There's that defense that we were looking for.
And a nice takeaway by Kate Duggan, the sophomore, as she brings it upfield, crosses midfield, and Darien is on the move.
Yeah, sounds like Lisa called in Royal, which still in my day was a send the double team. So they sent a nice double, forced a bad pass, and caused the turnover.
Katie Duggan, very nice addition to the Darien team this year. She's committed to the Crimson, the Harvard Crimson.
She has. We've got a timeout, Darien, I believe, as Lisa Lindley heads to near midfield to talk things over with her team. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll regroup, and we'll be right back here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Darien and Fairfield Ludlowe knotted at 5. First half, under 5 minutes remaining in the CIAC Class L quarterfinal game. Damian Andrew alongside Katie Cronin and Guy Wazinski. So happy to have both of you on the DAF Media Network. Katie Cronin making her debut for DAF Media. Great to have you back. You spent, as we've been talking about, this past season, this past school year down at Duke. Great institution.
Yeah, and so I think that was a really key timeout by Darien. I think Lisa probably said to the girls, you know, we need to end strong. We need to go into halftime with a lead. We need to win the 50-50 battles and put the ball in the back of the net.
And we're going to see a play which will basically Darien at the ball with the ball. Looks like it's Katie Ramsey at the top of the circle.
So play has resumed here live from Stadium Field. Darien in the home whites. There's Shea Vandenbroek.
They're running a stack play. Here comes nice
play. Nice high pass to Ashley Humphrey, and the sophomore buries it in the back of the net. Ashley Humphrey committed to play at Stanford University out on the West Coast. Nice play right there. The Humphrey sisters have had a lot of success this season.
Sounds like it. Great look by Shea Vandenbroek. You know, really good job on getting the feet up and right to the cutter's stick.
Almost, you know, and it was a high pass, so it was almost right there that she could come down with it. And it's, Shea, a very smart player, three-sport athlete here at Darien High School. Comes from a long line. We talked about Harvard, her father being the captain at Harvard on the lacrosse team, and coaching all you guys when you were younger. And
yes.
Still giving back. He's paying it forward. But Shea's had a heck of a season and a heck of a year in all sports.
As Ramsey wins the draw, Darien up now 6-5 as they regain the lead. And they go back to work here on offense. Wazinski swings it to Vandenbroek. Over to Humphrey. She comes out front. Gets it to Fiore. And Christine Fiore has herself another goal. She just buries it. Pretty pass there. I think we're going to take another look at this. Yeah, nice play. And Fiore is right there. And she goes high. And Flink didn't have a chance that time.
Yeah, great job by Ashley Humphrey recognizing the open player and Christine recognizing that she was open. It looks like Ludlowe sent 2 first slides, which left two girls open, and Christine capitalized on her opportunity. 2
good feeds right there by Ashley Humphrey. Big assists and quick hits, and again, Katie Ramsey out to get the draw.
This is a really important draw.
And she's Boy, she's I want to say she's won at least 80% of the draws today. And, again, does such a good job of self-drawing. And, because she's so long, picks her side. There's Christine Fiore again. Great catch in front of the net.
And another nice save by Grace Flink. So the senior has stood on her head at times in this state quarterfinal game and has kept Fairfield Ludlowe in it.
I don't know how many saves she's had, but she's had, not only has she had saves, she's had really strong saves.
So whatever Coach Lindley said in the huddle during that last timeout, it seems to have worked as Darien finds itself with a 2-goal advantage here with time ticking away here in the first half. Under 3 minutes remaining. Ball's on the ground.
There you go. Nicole Humphrey coming up with that. She's tripped.
Yeah, great check by Nicole Humphrey to come in and get that back check. Gain possession back.
Good
to the
anticipation here. I think you're going to see the ball moving very quickly up the field. They got Wazinski to the middle. She's going to look upfield to Vanderbrook. And off to the races Darien goes.
Katie, you'll be seeing more of Nicole Humphrey, I'm sure, in years to come as she is committed to your arch rival down there on Tobacco Road, North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll see her hopefully more times than once in each year. It means we're playing them in regular season ACCs, NCAAs. Yeah, great school, great team, great
fun
team culture
rivalry,
there.
right?
Super fun rivalry in every sport,
yep,
too.
It certainly is. It's a lot like Darien New Canaan on the high school level.
You're being kind of humble there, kind of nice. I don't hear a lot of Duke people saying great about North Carolina.
I'm on TV. It had to be nice.
Super rivalry.
Yes. Best rivalry in college sports, some would say.
I would agree. I would agree with that. Wazinski.
As they try to pick a spot.
Down to Vandenbroek. Here's Humphrey in front,
nice.
And she buries it with the left hand as she beats Flink. And Darien now has a 3-goal lead with 1:35 remaining.
Yeah, great job by Darien. It looks like they're really trying to take advantage of Fairfield Ludlowe, their kind of rogue slides in ways where, someone goes and then maybe somebody else goes and whoever's open is slipping right to the middle towards goal with their stick held up and looking to get that pass and then right to goal.
The winner of this game will get the winner of the Wilton New Canaan game being played tonight. And, of course, so an all-FCAC semifinal in one half of the bracket in Class L.
Still hard to believe that we've got the winner of this game will have the winner of that game, and but it always happens, as you know, in New Hampshire. Or I should say New Hampshire. I'm going back to my roots here in Connecticut, where they try to, it's just I don't think they ever really want to see two Fairfield County teams in the finals if they can help it.
Well, last year in Class L, the Final Four was all FCAC, as Darien, New Canaan, Wilton.
Yeah, three out of my 4 years, we played an FCAC team in the final game, and 1 year we played Glastonbury. Glastonbury, a good program from the upstate.
Yep.
Yeah, Glastonbury always solid.
As well as the boys. We broadcasted that semifinal game last year, and that was quite a tussle. I'll tell you what, Darien came out with arguably the best men's team we've ever had last season, national champions, and Glastonbury gave us a good game.
That was played at Fairfield University, Rafferty Stadium, which is a relatively new, really lacrosse-specific facility, and it is just gorgeous. So I think you would agree with that guy. Great sight lines. It's pretty much it's not pretty much. It is for lacrosse, and both the men's and women's programs at Fairfield University play there.
So here we're going to see Ludlowe get the ball, and Ramsey's going to go behind because she was called for a charge. And it was called a charge because she tried to force her way between two defenders who had set their ground. So it's a turnover. And then we'll see a cross-check on the Ludlowe defender's back by Katie Ramsey.
Here's Duramo on the near side of the field as Fairfield Ludlowe
trying to push her out, and there goes the ball. That is a big play right there by wide open in front. Right now we've got Nicole Humphrey. Let's see if she's got some help, or is she going to take this on her own? One-on-one, she goes high, low, bingo, top corner. Boom goes the dynamite.
Katie, that's one of Guy's favorite catchphrases, boom goes the dynamite. But Humphrey scores as we take another look at this.
Yeah, it looked like she had her head up to look to see if there was a pass, and then she saw no open players, looked, turned and burned, and straight to cage. Great shot placement as well.
That was, I'll tell you what, I think you got give a lot of that credit right there to, Ashley with a nice finish, but Katie Ramsey on the ride up the side here got the ball, found her, and she doesn't miss too often when she gets inside.
So we have a new Darien player in on the draw. It looks like we have number 19, Jordan Vaught.
It'll be Vaught and Olivia Duramo on the draw here. Both teams switching it up inside the draw control circle. And that ball rolls to the near side of the field, scooped up by Ramsey as she stays inbounds.
Katie just seems to find that ball off the draw, doesn't she? Whether she's on the circle, whether she's taking it.
Yeah, she's super scrappy in and around the circle, which is such a great tribute to the player.
Okay, with 17 seconds left, they're going to try to run a play here. You need some cutters.
Wazinski.
Too bad right there.
Looking
Tried to
for
get back
Vaught.
to Vaught.
Yep. And that will do it for the first half. An entertaining first half, to say the least, as Darien has a 4-goal lead, but at one point in the first half it was 5-5. Darien scored the first 3 goals of the game. Ludlowe chipped away at that lead. It was tied at 5, and Darien has scored 4 unanswered. So it's 9-5 Darien at the half in this Class L state quarterfinal game. We are going to take a quick break on the DAF Media Network, and we will be back with more lacrosse here from Stadium Field. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network at the half. Quarterfinals of the CIAC Class L State Tournament. Varsity Girls Lacrosse, Darien with a 9-5 lead over Fairfield Ludlowe. And joining me at the half is Katie Cronin, and we pulled her out of the stands, and she's probably glad to be underneath this nice tent we have here, high above Stadium Field, is Logan Book, last year's Connecticut State Player of the Year, who just completed her freshman season down at the U.S. Naval Academy. That doesn't get old when you get to say that you play for one of the service institutions, the U.S. Naval Academy. That's pretty cool. Great to see you, and pretty good season this year for you guys.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was it was a trip. I mean, especially after our last season's success, we came in with a big standard to uphold and lots of goals ahead of us. It was a shame that we got out in the quarterfinals, but I mean, we gave Maryland such a good run. It was really representative of the season as a whole. It was an honor to play with all those girls. Our senior class definitely led us to it.
Great shot right there. How was life on campus down there at the Naval Academy?
It was tough but fair, and
Yeah.
always really rewarding whenever
Yeah.
you did overcome these big challenges. Every day you woke up and you were competing with yourself, and I think that's something that I couldn't be more grateful for.
My brother and my sister-in-law and my 2 nephews live in Maryland. He's a professor at Towson University, so I've been to Annapolis, a tremendous area. I've
Yeah,
actually
beautiful.
been there during the holiday time where they have all the lights on all the boats in the harbor, and they go parade them through the harbor. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
But
beautiful. It's a great escape, too, especially on the weekends. It's awesome being able to walk out the gate and be in such a great place.
It probably seems hard to believe for both of you. I had the chance to cover both of you when I was at News 12, all the success you had here at Darien. Now you're playing Division I college lacrosse. The biggest difference in your minds going from the high school level to the Division I college level?
I think the biggest difference between the games is the speed of play,
Yeah.
and I think part of that is due to the shot clock and the self-start,
Yeah.
and just, the players get better, the players get bigger, stronger, faster.
You hear that in a lot of sports, right? It's speed is really the biggest difference, is the speed of play. It's just so much quicker, so much faster. Your impressions, Logan, of this first half. Obviously, Fairfield Ludlowe came in here as the underdog, but they came to play early on.
I think I don't know, I mean, there's a lot to say about it, but overall, I think Darien's really in this forward momentum right now, and I think we sort of start off a little bit slower. But Fairfield Ludlowe is never a team that we can overlook. They've always been really hungry to beat us, and they're always really driven. So they definitely bring a really good competition to us today.
Logan Book, great seeing you,
Thank you.
and all the best and all sorts of success in the future years down there at the U.S. Naval Academy.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Good job.
We are live here on the DAF Media Network. 9-5 Darien at the half. We're about ready to start the second half. Katie Cronin, Guy Wazinski, Damian Andrew joining you. Thanks so much for joining us on the DAF Media Network.
Great to have you, Logan. I still remember that shirts and skirts game last year when you blew by everybody on that field, and these guys are like, oh, my God, can we get her to run scat back next year on the football team? It was like you had the long pole working, and wasn't that a great day?
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Funny.
The rain coming down a little bit harder now here in Darien.
So we're going to see a second draw here because the first draw did not go above the head. And in order for the draw to be legal and for play to proceed, the ball has to go above both players' heads.
Okay, I'm sure Darien's going to be looking for a quick stop here in the first half. Start of the second half, I should say, and keep that momentum going. Score was 5-5, but as we talked about it.
So Fairfield Ludlowe strikes first here in the second half.
Yeah, great start by Ludlowe, getting a quick first goal. This is a game of runs and momentum, so it looks like Ludlowe came out strong in this half.
Chloe Madzio, the sophomore, number 20, credited with the goal as Ludlowe strikes first here in the second half. The Darien boys varsity lacrosse team returning from practice. You can hear them in the background.
Love to see them grab a seat and cheer on the girls a little bit right now. I think the girls have been on these guys all cheering on them all year. So we'll see. I'm sure they're going to give them some shouts, but it's coming down. It's raining hard right now.
It is raining hard, and the Darien boys lacrosse team will play Saturday here at Stadium Field in the quarterfinals of their state tournament, and they will face a familiar FCAC opponent in Wilton. And Wilton gave Darien a very good game during the regular season. So back to live action here, 9-6 Darien with a 3-goal lead on Fairfield Ludlowe. Rain is coming down harder here. And ball's on the ground, and Fairfield Ludlowe comes away with it. We have a whistle.
So the whistle's blown because we're going to have so they're going to award the ball to Darien. So they must have called an empty stick check. And here we see Emma Jake starting with the ball.
She'll take that behind the net, get it up to Christine, and they'll try to run the offense here. Jordan Vaught behind the net, and we've got number 5 in the game for Darien, too. We've got, Lisa's mixed it up here a little bit.
Lauren Solger. You can probably see the raindrops.
Sort of a stop play here. It looks like Emma Jakes got hit with the ball in the head, so the refs are going to send her off just to get checked out. And then it looks like number 7, Charlotte Whitstock's going to come in, and then play will proceed.
So so from a protocol standpoint, you get hit in the head, you're coming out right away. So is that's the idea that they're?
Yeah, they're really looking to prevent injuries. If somebody's clearly hit in the head, just bring them out, get checked out, and if they're all good, send them right back in.
Darien coming in, number 15 for Darien. Beautiful move.
Yeah, great take by the freshman, Nell Niffen.
Nell Niffen kind of just fought her way in, found a crease, and I still remember her first big goal against Garden City. Nell Niffen.
Nice left-handed shot by Nell Niffen, and she gives the Blue Wave a 10-6 lead.
Darien is so deep. They've got, they've got the legs, they've got the players, and they can go to that bench if they need to and try to spark that offense.
Yeah, I still remember back in my senior year in our FCX championship, we ran close to 11 different midfielders. That's something that's Darien's strength, is having depth in all positions, whether it's goalie, midfield, attack, or defense.
Darien wins possession. And here come the Blue Wave.
Little bumping going on there. Nell Niffen, again, taken to the middle of the field. She's there. Again with the left hand. Just missed that. One top. Had good backup.
Yeah, again, we're going to see the flag up because there was a foul on the play. However, she did shoot the ball, so the flag's going to be negated.
Here's that little roll dodge that Ashley Humphrey is so good at.
Ashley Humphrey, just a sophomore, has committed to Stanford. As we take another look at the Humphrey goal. So 11-6 Darien, and the rain keeps coming. On a day like this is where you like to be playing on the artificial turf.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not fun to play on, a wet, muddy grass field when it's raining like this.
So here's 11-6. Darien up. Katie Ramsey up for the draw.
Great job by Katie Ramsey. She's using that height to her advantage, just reaching over the other player.
She gets that ball up where I know Wilton really tried to work on trying to get that ball either to the side or behind them, so she couldn't use her height in that. But possession's such a big part of the game.
Yeah, if you're a Fairfield Ludlowe, you're looking in the draw circle to get the ball as far away from Katie Ramsey as possible. But Katie Ramsey does such a good job at getting the ball up to herself.
There's a little sloppy play right there by Darien, just trying to work it, and someone took their eye off the ball, and now we've got the Falcons goalie who's having a good one. She's walking it up the field.
Yeah, Grace Flink, the captain, senior captain, has played well in spots in this game. She gets it up ahead to Chloe Madzio.
So we're going to see a foul there. Katie Ramsey, stick on the back. On defense, you can't push on somebody's back. That's an illegal cross check. So Fairfield Ludlowe will still maintain possession.
Yeah, I'm watching the trainers down there on the sidelines really doing a good job with Emma Jakes, having her run, looking at her very, very closely, because there's nothing more important than you do not want to put someone back in there who's not all there, but looks like she's fine and doing well.
Yeah, concussions have become such a big part of girls lacrosse, so they really look to, prevent and take care of people that may have them or do have them. So, yeah, great job by the Darien trainers.
Here comes the ride here. Just going to take her time bringing that up.
As Fairfield Ludlowe looks to clear. Fairfield Ludlowe, the 9 seed, 12-5 this season.
And Katie, if I remember correctly, the Ludlowe coach was your Grizzlies coach, correct?
Yes, Amanda Mastero was my Connecticut Grizzlies coach for 3 years. Great coach, super fun, knows so much about the sport, really looks to improve her players.
There's a good save right there by Amanda.
Nice save by Maggie Brooks.
By Maggie Brooks, I'm sorry.
So there we're going to see a turnover by Darien in the clear. Really important to for Darien to take advantage of getting the ball into their 30, and great job by Ludlowe on a hard ride.
Lauren Jennings in the game for Darien, giving some good minutes on defense on the slide. Tell you what, anytime there's a ball on the ground and Lauren's in the game, I'm always seeing her right around that. Yes. She's always, looking for that ground ball.
Yeah, you love to see a defender super scrappy, really great on 50-50 balls.
Darien will keep them out of the circle here for the better. They'll be happy to keep them out. But here comes number 15. Duramo, who's hurt them earlier in the first, had a hat trick in the first half. Maggie cutting off the angle there very nicely.
So there we're going to see a yellow card against the Fairfield Ludlowe player. It looks like it's number 4, Callie Cirilli. She's awarded a yellow card because she had a dangerous shot, so she followed through into her defender's head, which is obviously illegal.
And that can be sometimes a little bit subjective too, correct?
Yes, because you'll see some girls just duck because they'll get scared they're going to get hit, and then sometimes they will get hit. But it is a rule out of safety, and the ref is usually going to give the call towards the defender.
Gotcha.
Oh, great check by the player on Ludlowe. Looks like it's number 6.
Ashley taking her time. Lisa Lindley calling the play on the sideline. Opportunity they don't want to give up. Katie Ramsey with the fake. Inside. Lets one rip. Got back up. Great hands by, wow. Ashley
Humphrey.
Great game. Having a really good game there.
Yeah, great job by Ashley following the rebound, taking it right into the cage.
She was Johnny on the spot there, was Ashley Humphrey.
Those were really quick hands right there. That thing that took a bad bounce.
It's a bounce, and very fortunate was Humphrey. She's there, puts the rebound in the back of the net as she beats Grace Flink.
So this next draw control is going to be really important. Darien is still man up. They're man up for a total of 2 minutes. Can't see how much time's left on the card. However, this is a big draw because Darien could take this and run with it and take their lead, go up by 10 like Darien loves to do. However, if Ludlowe can get the ball and get on a run, they could bring it back down to a 3-4 goal game.
And taking the draw here for Darien, can't tell right now. One of the girls with a blonde ponytail. Are you kidding me?
It's Ashley Moynihan and Nell Niffen.
Nell Niffen taking that.
And here comes Fairfield Ludlowe as Moynihan wins the draw.
So Fairfield Ludlowe is going to be a man down, so it looks like they're going to try to kill the yellow card, and Darien is going to probably send a double team and look to get the ball back.
Yep. They've got the extra man, so why not, right?
Yes, exactly.
Important possession here for Fairfield Ludlowe as they are down now 6 goals. They have played well in spots in this game. Scored 5 goals in the first half, came out and scored the first goal of the second half, but since then it has been all Darien. Damian Andrew, Katie Cronin, Guy Wazinski joining you. Thanks so much for joining us here on the DAF Media Network. It was great talking to Logan Book at halftime. Logan just completing her freshman season down at the U.S. Naval Academy. Former Connecticut State Player of the Year just last year in high school girls lacrosse.
Ooh, that looked like it was a good check by Lauren Jennings right there. That stick was low and looked like that was clean, but referee saw it the other way. Still good defense.
Yeah, we're going to see Darien here in their super high pressure D, looking to get the ball back.
And there's a one-on-one break there. I am kind of very surprised that they pulled that out. You know, they're when you're down 12-6.
Yeah, except it looks like number 15 noticed that there was a flag on the play. So when there is a flag on the play, if you don't shoot and you run to the outside of the 8, you are awarded an 8-meter. Sometimes that's a smarter play, and it looks like here it was.
Yep, it sure was, and that's her at least her 4th goal of the game. Playing very, very well. She's like I said, she's maybe she'll think about Olivia Duramo. I'm sure someone's going to be. That's part of the beauty of DAF Media too, is that these are all on YouTube, so we will see these games watched. We may have 200 viewers right now, but we'll see in a week where there may be 1,000 people who've watched the broadcast.
That's awesome.
It's a great teaching tool for the kids, too, because they can go and see what they did right, see what they did wrong, and then also use, from a highlight standpoint, you can use some of this footage for your for the highlight reels.
Yeah, watching film is such a great way to get better. Also, it's a great way to scout. I'm sure if Darien wins this game, whoever they play in the next round will watch this game, see how Darien's playing, who they're looking to go to.
Yep, absolutely.
And it'll be either Wilton or New Canaan.
We're trying to
get the next game.
Trying to get a score on that game.
That game was started an hour later than this game,
okay.
So that game started at 5 o'clock. This game, of course, started at 4 o'clock.
That was a 10-8, if I remember the last time Wilton in the FCAC game, Wilton against New Canaan. So very close, and if we get by this one, we're gonna have that target on our back, right?
Oh yeah. So there we're gonna see a great save by the goalie. Darien really needs to get a good clear here over into their 30 and maintain possession.
You called for it, and Maggie Brooks did it, and Nicole Humphrey's going to move this up the field. She's got people in front of her. She's just got to control that ball. Slow it down a little bit. Found her sister right in front, goes high-low, and again, big save.
Big ground ball here.
Okay.
Great defensive play by Nicole Humphrey, but good ground ball by the Fairfield Ludlowe defender.
Nothing easy getting the ball down. Still having trouble getting the ball over midfield.
Yeah, I think here is where you're going to see the weather start to play a role in this game. Rain, takes a toll on the game of lacrosse. The strings and the sticks are made of leather. The turf gets all slippery. The ball's wet, and it really, as it starts to rain more and more, the weather will become more of a factor.
Yep, good point.
Oh, great shot. So Darien's going to win the ball. Great hustle by number 10, Katie Duggan. Darien gets the ball there because in girls lacrosse, if the ball is shot and it goes out of bounds, first person to where the ball goes out is awarded the ball.
had right there, unfortunate right there. Had a good break, just a couple of missed passes there, and Wazinski will pressure the goaltender, but they're going to work the ride here on the side. And Katie Duggan putting on her wheels, shot in front. Nice play by Darien on the defensive side right there. Ava Finn going to play at Davidson. Ava really had done a nice job there anticipating that. Knocked it away. And now Darien will put on their track shoes.
Yeah, this game's turned into a little bit of a track meet. Looks like we've gone up and down a couple times. The middies on both teams definitely need this timeout.
Yeah, I think Lisa saw that. It's wet, it's cold. They're a little bit tired. Good job right there by Charlotte Woodstock. She's going to commit to Holy Cross. Had a really good year at midfield this year. She's picked up a lot of key balls on the circle and has played really smart.
We are going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. 12-7, Darien leading Fairfield Ludlowe on a really dreary, nasty day. The rain wasn't supposed to come, Guy, until about 7 o'clock tonight. It's come a lot sooner than that. It is a it's a little bit of a downpour right now.
And it looked like it could have been a downpour here and a down game for Darien, but they've woken up. They've listened to their coach. Lisa Lindley has really called. I mean, if you take a look, I think she's called 3 timeouts, and in every timeout, I'm going to jinx them here, they've gone on to score 1, 2, or 3 goals.
Well, Katie brought up a great point in the first half. Ludlow's head coach Amanda Mastera came in here with a definite game plan, and it worked early on, as this was a 5-5 game for those of you just joining us, and we're so glad you're with us. This game was 5-5 in the first half. Much different game than what happened between these two teams during the regular season when Darien dominated the Falcons 20-3.
Yeah, and if you're both teams, this game's way more fun for both teams to play in. Nobody wants to be on the team that's winning 20-3, and nobody wants to be on the losing side of that either. You love to see the second matchup a lot closer.
Charlotte Harmon, number 25, coming into the game, a University of Florida commit who's really worked hard to get back. She was even voted captain of the soccer team, even though she couldn't play this year, tore her ACL last year. And it speaks to her as a person, her character, and her leadership skills.
Here's Ramsey with the ball. Had a chance to talk to Charlotte Harmon before the soccer season. Certainly disappointed, but a positive outlook, and was looking forward to get back for the lacrosse season.
Oh, boy.
And that
unlucky
shot.
Pipe there.
Yep.
Great cause turnover by Katie Ramsey.
Great check by Katie. Wazinski in time hits the pipe again.
Darien having some unlucky pipes here.
Back-to-back right there.
There we go.
That one we finished.
And that's a goal by Nicole Humphrey. The junior scores.
Nicole Humphrey scores.
And I believe we're going to take another look at that Humphrey goal. Nice shot. Nice work by our camera operator, Ethan Haas, on that. Nice ISO shot as Humphrey scores.
Ethan Haas in the house. Very nice. That is not easy with that ball moving so quickly. You guys following that? You guys are doing a great job behind the cameras.
That's a great point by you, Guy Wazinski. It is not easy running that ISO camera. Ethan doing a terrific job. Peter Fox on camera 1. Our director is Brendan Ross. Instant replay is Peter McLean.
Okay.
Damian Andrew, Katie Cronin, Guy Wazinski joining you. And it's Ramsey and Ashley Moynihan, the sophomore, in the draw control circle. Draws one by Ramsey. And Darien sets up shop on offense.
You know, Katie has just, she's just dominated the circle today. I'd like to see what the numbers are, and we'll check afterwards. But really, just time after time, she's getting the draw, or even when she's not taking the draw, she's on the circle and she's, busting in and getting that ball, having one heck of a season.
Yeah, great job by Katie Ramsey. As I said earlier, possession's key, and she's winning possession for the Wave, so kudos to her.
Katie sees a little opening, took a shot herself. Good bounce shot.
Bounce shot is true.
One of the captains on this team, and she's played like it all season long. I think she likes that song, too, as we see her kind of dancing back to the circle.
Nice shot there by Ramsey. And Darien starting to assert itself here as the sideline getting into it, getting into the music. And certainly a lot to cheer about right now for the Blue Wave as they are up 14-7 with 10:39 remaining. And it'll be Ramsey and Moynihan on the draw again. And Ramsey wins possession again. Swings it to Humphrey.
Yeah, great job by Katie. Looks like she's really taking over the draw circle and going to help the Wave pull away in this game. Another great save by the Fairfield Ludlowe goalie. Oh!
And a little collision in front of the cage.
Wazinski got big save. Looks like she's, hopefully she's going to be okay. The Polish windmill back there took another shot on the on net, but looked like she may come out for a little breather here.
She runs off the field. Wazinski heading down to Richmond to play lacrosse down there.
Maggie Brooks coming out of the net to play that one. Oh, good save.
Nice save by Brooks.
And here comes Katie Ramsey.
Ramsey showing off the wheels and gets it to Fiore, her front court mate on the Darien girls varsity basketball team during the winter months.
Looks like we had Kat Eriks there on a cutter.
How about that front court in girls basketball? Fiore and Ramsey.
Yep. Kit Eriks back in the game right now. She's got a good left-handed shot, comes over the middle. There's Shea Vanderbrook, just plain smart.
Humphrey with a strong shot. She goes down.
This is where, end of the game, a little closer, 14-7. Looks like she's going to come out. There's a yellow card here on number 6.
Yeah, yellow card given to number 6 on Ludlowe. Really, really tough hit. They give the yellow cards in these types of plays to defer girls from hitting people that hard because it is all about the safety.
And it gets to a point where when the game was 5-5 and obviously Fairfield came to play today, they played very well. Now it's 14-7 and sometimes frustration takes over a little bit there.
Yeah, frustration takes over. Girls start hitting, swinging. You tend to see yellow cards at this point in the game.
So Ashley Humphrey Well, actually, that's kind of unique. Nicole went down. Ashley came in, took the ball, and she'll work a play here in front of the net. There's Charlotte Harmon working around the circle. Kit Eriks.
And I have just been told that New Canaan is leading Wilton in the first half of their state quarterfinal game today.
Well, that's I'll tell you what, that is going to be a really good game. Where is that? Do we know where that game's being
I believe
played?
that's being played at Wilton.
There's Charlotte Harmon with a nice pick right there. Back around. Good ball movement right here by Darien. Don't need to score. 14-7. They'll pick their spot.
Under 8 minutes remaining in regulation.
There's Kit Eriks working the ball. Lefty to lefty.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it looks like you're going to see a little bit of stall ball here. Darien's going to look to really work the ball for the perfect shot, and there was a great opening, and they took advantage of it.
And Katie just stepped up, and she has that advantage, and she comes down on the ball, but she waited. They were very patient there. Really nice work. How they that ball just went around the circle. Katie took a little half step. Bang.
Nice. Big goal as she goes high. Want to apologize to our viewers watching this. We don't have for those of you who have enjoyed our camera angle from behind the goal with the weather, and we had a little technical difficulty with one of our cameras. Unfortunately, can't bring you that great angle from behind the goals that we have been able to bring you in the past on our girls and boys lacrosse games.
It's gotten pretty high tech here, Katie.
It really seems like it.
And it just keeps getting better and better. And if it wasn't for the students who continue to push Damien, who basically is the educator and teaching these young women and young men on how to run the cameras, do the productions, but they're looking for the next challenge, and it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. It's so cool to get all the students involved and stuff.
Okay.
So we are back to live action. 15-7. Darien up comfortably now with 7:20 remaining in the game.
Some good minutes. Ava Finn playing some good defense today, coming up with some big ground balls. As Darien will set the offense. Looks like most of the starters are going to take a little bit of a break. Again, they're looking at Nicole Humphrey right now after she took that hit, making sure everything is fine there. And, again, nothing more important than the safety of the players. Kit Eriks with a good left-handed shot, but again, great save by the senior captain goalie from Fairfield. She just she's really had a strong game.
Katie, I know you had some surgery recently, some elbows or shoulder surgery. Shoulder surgery. Say that 3 times fast. But you'll be back and ready to go next season.
Yes, I will be back. Nothing too bad, just torn labrum. Hopefully be back and ready to go as of end of October, early November.
And where did you have it done? Did you have it done locally or
yes,
in the city?
Yes, I did it at a hospital for special surgery.
Right. They do just a great job there.
Great job, yeah.
Okay, we've got 6 minutes to play in this one, 15-7. Darien up on Ludlowe, and what we're hearing is New Canaan is up on Wilton right now in the other game. So we're going to try to get an updated score for everybody there, and you're going to have a lot of curious folks in Lower Fairfield County wondering what's going to go on for the next round and what's going to happen next week.
Yeah, big matchup for Darien in the next game. Always harder to beat a team second or even third time in the case of Wilton.
So, Katie, again, as you wear a helmet, okay, and I'm just going to go a little rogue here for a minute while we have a break. As you wear a helmet and you have a mask, your tendency to put your head down is going to be there.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And we've seen that, not in this game, in other games, where girls who have worn helmets, and it's almost like you either got to have it or you don't have it, because you put your head down with that helmet on, you're going to do some damage to someone else who doesn't have it on.
Yeah, I got hit with a girl who wore a helmet this year and had a nice bruise from that one. Luckily, it was just my arm. But, yeah, I think, my personal opinion is that I think, it should be consistent, because then, like you're saying, not one girl's getting hit who's not wearing a helmet and somebody's getting hit who is wearing a helmet.
Yep.
But, I think as the sport grows, teams, players, coaches are playing around with, different types of equipment and whatnot. So that's what we're seeing right now.
Safety's the key, but safety's the key on both sides there. So when someone has something and someone doesn't, it's one thing where you'll see someone who's maybe had a concussion or two and it needs to wear one. But I still look at my father, who played football without a face mask and played through years of college, was actually drafted by the Washington Redskins, and never once had a concussion, because without a face mask, you're going to lead with your shoulder. You're not going to lead in football with your head, and it doesn't become a weapon. And I think that's what they're concerned about in women's lacrosse.
Yeah, similar to what I was saying earlier, as helmets get introduced into the game, it provokes girls to say, oh, she's wearing a helmet, I can swing towards her head. But, first off, the helmet can only do so much protection, and the whole point of many of the rules in girls lacrosse is to prevent checks towards the head. So it's an interesting debate. Oh, great stuff by the Darien goalie.
Sure was. Maggie's come to play here in the second half. She's seen the ball. Maybe it's the side or what have you, but it just seems like she's seeing the ball better here in the second half and playing well. She did the same thing the other night against Wilton and made a big difference. Flying onto the field here, we've got some for Darien. It looked like number I think we've got a change of numbers there. Maybe that's 24. Which I've got as Charlotte Harmon, but it's
Kate Bellissimo.
Oh, Bellissimo, yes. Kate's got some wheels, came flying off that side, and I'm looking at the old roster, which got modified there. So my bad. Thank you, Damien. Darien will be probably pretty happy to kill some clock here, going almost to stall. There's a pass that probably didn't need to be made at 2:36. You've got you got an 8-point lead.
Yeah, Darien, when they have the ball, needs to maintain possession, protect the ball, maintain their lead. Don't think Ludlow's going to be able to score 8 goals here, but you definitely want to win by as much as you can.
Wow, Maggie Brooks with another great save right there. What a lot of people don't know about Maggie Brooks, as we've got a timeout here, is Maggie is a nationally ranked figure skater.
Wow.
So she is not, Maggie does not play lacrosse year-round. Damien, you probably know a little bit about Maggie's story in the ice skating team, and she's outstanding in terms of figure skating.
Yeah, she's a top competitor nationally, I believe, and you don't see that too much. Lacrosse, figure skater, but she has done a terrific job in both sports, having a great season between the pipes for the Blue Wave.
And, I know we had another figure skater on the girls' hockey team this year, and I got to tell you, I guess if you're on the ice and you get it, you can fly. And we had I'm trying to think of the freshman player on the team. She was about 5'0", and she flew up the ice. She was really good and made a big impact on the girls' state championship back-to-back. Is that back-to-back-to-back state championship?
Back-to-back-to-back state championships.
Jamie Crops, finishing strong, having his daughter as the captain.
Yep.
3 state championships, Kiki Tropsa, a lot of fun.
Yeah, they won that state championship up at Bennett Rink. Great effort. for their third straight state title. And by the way, Darien, the top seed in this Class L state tournament. Cheshire also always has a great program, is the 2 seed, and right now Cheshire losing in the first half to Fairfield Ward 3-2. So another FCAC team doing well right now in the state tournament.
Speaks to the caliber of lacrosse down in Fairfield County.
It's Southwestern Connecticut High School varsity girls lacrosse is so good, and it just speaks to the parity and how good the programs are specifically in the FCAC.
Yeah, the FCAC is definitely the most competitive conference with the highest play in the state of Connecticut. I think they send the most state champions and the most people to, the Final Four and whatnot.
That was a goal in tight. Wasn't sure if they were inside the crease or not. Maggie looked like she saved it twice before it went in. But, a lot of girls getting some good playing time here for Darien right now.
And a shot like that that's in tight, sometimes those can be the hardest for the goalie to save. They have the least amount of time to react, and also it's just so close, and it's really easy to fake them out really tight.
I think we've got Jordan Vaught here taking the draw,
which she has done a couple of times in this game in place of Katie Ramsey.
And I think she will, as you look down the roster, I mean, she's going to get definitely, with Katie graduating, Jordan will be one of those people next year, probably taking a lot of those draws. Duramo to Moynihan. And they'll try to set it up. They want to get this game as close as they can. They know, with a minute 15, it's going to be a Darien game, but they'd love to put one more in the net here.
Yeah. Ludlowe will look to finish their season strong, end on a good goal.
Some
good defense being played there by Darien.
So under a minute remaining in this one, Darien up 15-8 on Fairfield Ludlowe. You have to give Ludlowe credit the way they came into this game, got down early 3 goals, and they fought back hard in the first half. This game was tied at 5 at one point near the end of the first half.
Lauren Jennings back there with some really good hustle, just got the ball. I think Maggie just tried to make a little too large a clear right there. Got it intercepted, but we've got 38 seconds left to go in this one. Looks like we're in hand for Darien, but we're going to be, I think everyone's going to be waiting to see who's up next, whether it's going to be New Canaan or Wilton. And either way, it's going to be a good contest.
It's going to be a great matchup. You're absolutely right.
Katie, you were talking a little bit about, the state of Connecticut. And again, we said 105. Will this be 106? Did I hear that right?
106. This will be 107.
107 in the state of Connecticut. And, right now, two of the national polls have Darien at number 4, behind McDonough, Notre Dame, and Manhasset. And that Manhasset was a 1-goal game that could have gone either way, as well as a great game in Philly with our hopefully will be an annual team coming up from Virginia.
St. Stephen's and Agnes.
Yeah, another great program from Virginia.
Two 1-goal games there, and McDonough loses.
And you brought up McDonough, Katie, at the outset of our broadcast. What a great program they are. But that will do it for this one, as Darien wins 15-8. And Katie, let me get your final thoughts on this one. Obviously, as we just mentioned, Darien got off to a hot start. Fairfield Ludlowe stayed in this, made a game of it in the first half. In fact, scored the first goal of the second half. And then Darien just asserted itself and really took control of this one.
Yeah, I think, Ludlowe came out to play. They reminded Darien that any of these next games could end their season, and they don't want that. And then Darien was able to come out again really hot and pull away and make it on to the next round. And if they can play like that, they can win the states.
Absolutely. Guy, your final thoughts on this one?
My final thoughts are it was great having Katie with us and to get that insight and see that great smile again, by the way, back in Darien. I'm happy things are going so well at Duke for you. But, this is one of those things where if you're Fairfield, this is your last game. But you got to feel good about the way you played. You came up against a nationally ranked team. But Darien is going to regroup. I'm sure Lisa's going to break down the film. They're going to see what they did well, areas where they can improve, and I can guarantee you they're going to show up, whether it's Wilton or New Canaan. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good game.
For sure.
And we were talking earlier about some of the other programs and the other teams here at Darien. The baseball team just won its second FCAC championship in the last 3 seasons. Head coach Mike Scott has done a terrific job with that program, and we were fortunate enough to broadcast that game on the DAF Media Network. As you can see, the guys celebrating on the infield at Cubetta Stadium in downtown Stamford. Terrific facility. Of course, that FCAC final used to be played at the ballpark at Harbor Yard, but that is no longer a baseball facility there, so they have brought it down to Cubetta Stadium in Stamford, and the Blue Wave with a big win, beating Staples in the FCAC championship game for their second conference title in 3 seasons. I want to give a shout out to our entire DAF Media production crew. Camera 2, Ethan Haas. Camera 1, Peter Fox. Our director was Brendan Ross. Our instant replay, Peter McLean, whose brother actually played on that FCAC baseball championship team, as did our very own Brendan Ross. 4, Guy Wazinski, Katie Cronin. Great having both of them along with us on this DAF Media live stream. I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Once again, Darien beats Ludlowe 15-8 in the state quarterfinals of the Class L tournament. They're moving on to the state semis. Have a great night, everybody.